We are going to get started by making the samosa pastry, which is very easy to prepare. So in a bowl, you're going to add in 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I've already done that. Then next, you're going to add in some salt. The salt is to season the pastry because you don't want some bland pastry. So using a whisk, you're going to mix in the salt into the all-purpose flour. Once done, you're going to add in cold water into the batter. The cold water is going to make it very easy for you to knead the dough, so don't add any warm or room temperature water, just go for cold water. And if you happen to add in a lot of water, just add in some extra all-purpose flour because we need a stiff dough, not a soft dough. So I'm going to go in with my hands. Move the dough around as you need. Transfer to your countertop and knead for around 3 to 5 minutes. Also, kneading the dough for around 3 to 5 minutes is going to make the dough very easy for you to work while making the samosa pastry. After 5 minutes, this is how the dough is going to be looking like, and it's now ready to go to the next step. So I'm going to roll out into a roll, and as you can see, it's not sticking on my countertop because it's just perfect for making samosa pastry. So I'm going to make a roll, and then I'm going to cut into little pieces just like this. Pick one piece of dough just like this and roll in the palm of your hands. As you divide the dough into little pieces, make sure to cut the pieces of dough the same size because it will be very easy for you to cut out the samosa pastry. I have around around 11 pieces of dough. So I'll start off by sprinkling a little bit of extra all-purpose flour to my countertop. Although the dough is not sticking, but I need a little bit of flour to make it very easy for me to work with the dough. Then I'm going to flatten the dough with the palm of my hands and roll out. As you roll out the piece of dough, you're going to place a chapati pan or a skillet over high flame. And the key point here is just to roll the dough a little bit, not too much. And then I'm going to place aside, pick another one and roll out. Make sure to roll out the same size as the first one because you're going to be stacking the pieces of dough together. Place aside, pick one more. Press with the palm of my hands and roll out. You're going to spread a thin layer of cooking oil and also go to the edges of the piece of dough, just like that. If you apply too much oil on the pieces of dough, they're going to slide off each other as you are rolling out. So just lightly spread some cooking oil on the dough and also the edges. And repeat by lightly spreading some cooking oil on the dough. Don't forget the edges. And finally, I'm going to place another piece of dough on top. Make sure they are well aligned. And then using the palm of my hands, I'm going to press down on the dough just like that. Spread a little bit of all-purpose flour on the top one, and using a rolling pin, I'm going to roll out the dough slowly. If you notice some sticking, just spread some all-purpose flour on your countertop or your working surface. Make sure to go to the edges because we want everything or every part of the dough very thin. Once you're done, you're going to transfer your piece of dough on your hot chapati pan or skillet, just like that. Start off a new batch by spreading some all-purpose flour on my countertop and rolling out a little bit. You're going to be multitasking, so watch over the pieces of dough on the skillet or chapati pan. Make sure the edges are well cooked, so you can spin the dough around as it cooks, just like this. Then you're going to flip so that the other side can cook. As the bottom one cooks, I'm going to peel the top one, which is going to be very easy because we spread some cooking oil before rolling out the dough. Be careful because the dough is super hot. Just like that, easy. Place on a kitchen towel. Flip so that the other one can cook hot. And then I'm going to peel the next one. Transfer to the kitchen towel and cover so that the pieces of dough don't dry out. Once I'm done, transfer to my hot chapati pan. Once you're done, it's time to cut our samosa pockets. So I'm going to transfer to my countertop. Make sure my pieces of dough are aligned. Once you're done, you're going to pick anything round and place on the dough. And using a sharp knife, you're going to cut round. You're going to fold the top piece of dough in half. This is going to guide you in cutting the dough, pieces of dough in half. And using your knife, you're going to cut the center just like that. Flip the top one and cut in half just like that. Fold into quarters just like that and repeat. You're going to stack your cut out samosa pastry just like that, and you can see I have lots and lots of samosa pockets. So this is how I make my samosa pockets every single time, and it's usually very easy, and the pockets are very light and easily foldable. So this is just going to be to make awesome potato samosas. So the next step is to make our filling. So I'm going to place my samosa pockets in on a kitchen towel so that they don't dry off. If you're making lots and lots of samosa pockets, you can store the samosa pockets in an airtight container and store in the fridge until you are ready to use the pockets. So for the scraps, you can deep fry and have some delicious strips to eat, maybe your guacamole or kachumbari, instead of throwing the cut out away.